holiday special Peter Pan, performed by the Wilmington Opera Society as part of the Grand Opera Society's children's series. Now, we all cherish the memories of that lovable elfin, the boy who refused to grow up, and how he enticed the darling girl and their brothers to go flying with him away into Never Never Land, and how they encounter the Lost Boys, the Indians, and the menacing Captain Hook. Now, here to entice you in Wilmington's own version of Peter Pan is publicity person Caril Huffaker. And Caril, welcome to Focus Delaware.
Thanks. It's nice to see you again, Bob.
You're an old hand here now.
Well, I'm afraid yes, it's getting to be that way. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to talk about Peter Pan, and our version is pretty special, we think. Mm-hmm. This is the same version that we put on Broadway almost 30 years ago with Mary Martin. And they took the old J.M. Barrie story, and they stole music, they wrote music, they did all kinds of things, and they came up with what was a smash Broadway hit.
Huh. So it's more like a Broadway production than an operetta?
Oh, yes. Well, you know, in opera, nobody ever says anything. Everything's sung. Mm-hmm. But you get into a stage show, you can say a few words, and that's what this is. And there's a lot of speaking and a lot of funny songs. No great music. About the most popular one, most well-known story one is probably I Don't Want to Grow Up. I Won't Grow Up. I Don't Want to Be a Man. Mm-hmm. But it's fun, and it's very well done.
Now, do the people who play Peter Pan and the Darlings have to learn to fly?
We are going to fly 4 of them, yes. Flying is a big thing in the United States right now. There's a firm called Flying by Foy, and this is part of Eddie Foy's family. And they started doing the flying. They did the original one 30 years ago. Why, even the Metropolitan's flying a witch this year. And they're so busy flying people, they've had to hire people all over. So the person who is working for us is Dr. David Hale from Temple University, who works for Flying by Foy. And he flies Peter Pans all summer all over the country, but since we're so close, he can come down and do it here. And every production is different because every single stage is different. Now, if you've ever been backstage at the Grand, you know there's no fly space overhead. And so this makes it very difficult. Then he has to wire them. He's coming this Sunday to the Grand, and he starts, I believe, at noon, and he's going to put poor Peter Pan up. And Peter Pan will fly for half an hour, and then Peter Pan has to rest for an hour because it is so hard on the person when they've never flown before. It hurts. Mm-hmm. And so then by the end of the day, we'll have all 4 of them flying, Peter Pan, Wendy, and her 2 brothers.
Very nice. Now, are we importing actors, or are we using local talent?
Oh, no, it's local talent, and it's people we're all familiar with. Now, Peter Pan is played by Linda Moore, who last year appeared in the Christmas show Babes in Toyland. She's been out at the 3 Little Bakers and all sorts of things. Captain Hook, who is really an incredible person, he is played by Peter Plimmer. I want to try and say that one.
That's a tough one.
He was the lead in Camelot, in Bye Bye Birdie, and in The Importance of Being Earnest, all at the Drama League, at Brandywiners. He's been in just about everything, and he is fantastic. And then there's 3 big dance groups. We have Indians, and they're all from Anna Marie's studio. They're all girls. Mm-hmm. And then we have the Lost Boys, and they were auditioned from all over Wilmington, and they are absolutely fantastic. And then we have a bunch of men who are the Pirates, and they are very awe-inspiring, and some of them dance beautifully and some frighten beautifully. But they are marvelous as a group, and there are probably about 30 of them. There's 60 in the whole cast.
Wow.
It's a big cast.
Mm-hmm. Now, there are many different versions floating around. Do you know the ending of this, or perhaps we should keep it a surprise?
Oh, I think we ought to keep it a surprise, except that it all comes out right for the goodies, and the baddies get their just due. Let's put it that way.
Are there tickets still available for Peter Pan?
Yes and no. There are 2 matinees and 2 evening performances. The matinees are they're gone. You could get on the waiting list, and if you're lucky, somebody might turn one in. But there are a few, they are going awfully fast, and that, I'm not just hyping the show, they really are. I checked with the ticket office 2 days ago, and there really are not all that many left. So if you want to go, and the children will love it, I would suggest you get to the Grand Opera House right away. It is not just for children, though. For the little biddies will adore it. They will believe in the Indians. They will be frightened by Captain Hook. But the adults will love the funny humor. For instance, everybody has a name. One of the Lost Boys' name is Slightly Soiled because they found him in a laundry bag, and that was all it said on the bag. And there's all kinds of nutty little things like this that the adults will like. Mm-hmm. But it is a truly fun production. It's a very professional production, even though we are all local people in it.
Now, what nights are tickets still available for?
Well, it's on a Friday, Saturday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, there's a Friday night, December 18th.
Okay.
And there are tickets there. And Saturday night, December 19th, there are still tickets. But the two matinees on Saturday and Sunday, I pretty well forget about them.
And showtime for the evening again?
Is 8 o'clock,
Okay.
and the show runs a little over 2 hours. It's a full-length show. It's not just a short little children's show.
Now, you're a lost boy yourself, as it were, lost to the sense that you're involved in so many organizations. You're involved with the Kennan Symphony, the Ice Skating Club of Wilmington, as well as the Wilmington Opera Society, and of course, you are a reporter for the Kennett News. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm a reporter, and I'm also the drama critic and the music critic, which is a great deal of fun because I'm one of those lucky people that that everything I do for work ends up being play for me because it's what I would do anyway, whether they were paying me or not. So it's a very lucky position to be in.
Well, I admire your ability to juggle all your activities.
You haven't seen my house. The Board of Health may condemn it.
I see.
There's where the problem lies. But it's wonderful. And all of these organizations, as far as I'm concerned, are top flight.
Yes.
And I'm just very lucky to be able to be with them.
Well, Carell, thanks for coming on Focus Delaware.
Thank you, and may I again, please, if you want to go see Peter Pan, please rush down to the Grand Opera House or you won't be able to get tickets.
And thanks also for the giveaway for later on in our show of tickets.
Oh, someone will be very lucky who wins
Yes,
those.
they will.